Hello and welcome to the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountain range. We are hiking through this mountain range for the next 3 days and 2 nights, staying with indigenous Kogi people who are the descendants of the Tairona people who lived here pre the Spanish invasion. We're going to be visiting a lost city that was only discovered in the last 10 years that still no tourists are going to because all the tourists are too busy going to the main lost city, Ciudad Perdida, where all the tour companies go. And so that's why I wanted to take you on a journey today and for the next few days with no one else. We're just with our small tour group of 10 people exploring in the mountains. So we're going to be learning and I'm going to be teaching you about who the Tairona people were and how they existed for the thousands of years as a civilized society prior to the Spanish invasion. The Spanish then wiped out the native Tairona people, and the Kogis, who are descendants of the Taironas, still inhabit these lands in a very sophisticated fashion. They wear fantastic white clothing, and we're going to be staying and living with them for one of our days on this journey. So you must be wondering how I plan things like this, and honestly a lot of it can be quite last minute sometimes. So I was originally going to do the Lost City trek, and I thought I'm not going to do something that hundreds of other people are going to do. I want to find something different. I've got some Dutch pals who I met in Panama, and they told me about this trek that they were doing, and I thought, you know what, cancel it last minute, hop on a bus, get over here. And so that's exactly what I did. Found a bus that took me from Santa Marta to a small town called Calabazo, and then I had to work out how to get to the accommodation before we started the trek today. Sí. Calabazo, no, no. Calabazo acá. So we've made it to this little town, got myself a Powerade and asked a local shopkeeper where the house is that I'm meant to be going to. Hablo un poquito español ahora, pero no entiendo muchas, so I did not understand what she said back. She said go this way though, and that's what we're doing, try and find the house. Okay, gracias amigo. Okay, so we're getting a lift with this car, it's a couple of minutes. He's offered me a lift, this shopkeeper, I asked him. Working out as we go along. Right, well, getting a lift on a car, not getting a lift in the car. Better than walking. The adventure's already begun, huh? Right, we're going over a river. Sick, mate. This is the bit where I get mugged for all my money and it all ends. The end of the Adam Radcliffe YouTube. He got led into a ditch in Colombia. All right, we've made it. That was fun. What a nice way to start. What a place this is, super chill, fantastic staff. Welcome cocktail, non-alcoholic on arrival. Just been shown to the dormitories and got a couple of hours till dinner. Not sure if this is a massage or a threat. So we settled in for a nice dinner, which was brilliant, and we had 8 of us in total on this trip, assembled the Avengers, and now we are an hour and a half into this first 3-hour hike this morning, followed by bathing in a beautiful river spot, which we're all very excited for. We've just stopped for some surprising snacks. One was a lemon, managed to get a whole lemon in me. Extremely sour, but we made it happen.
De l'eau avec du citron. Good? Acid. Very acid. Yeah, that's good.
Delicioso.
Limón de la Sierra Nevada.
Gracias, amigo.
Con mucho gusto.
Lemon completed. And then like a sugar cheese combo. Never had that before, but it was delicious. Felt like the rat and ratatouille, discovering flavor combinations for the first time. But yeah, it's perked us all up, and the hike continues. An hour and a half to go.
Next step.
Nice. We have arrived at the lunch spot and the volleyball court and football pitch. How's that for a goal?
Guys, welcome to the restaurant in the forest.
Vamos a la piscina. We have finished lunch. We've finished getting destroyed at football by the Dutch boys. And now we're going to swim to get rid of this sweat. How are you feeling?
I feel perfect. So nice. I'm ready for it.
That's what we want to hear. We have the fruit.
More there?
Now we need to see the neighbor. Yeah! We made it to the piscina. La piscina.
We need to walk in the water.
This is shit.
This is shit.
So we leave
Okay.
it from here.
And the other one is the best.
We're going that way to the good natural pool.
Is it up here?
Yeah, we need everything here.
Mace is looking for a girlfriend and he has a machete, so any girls that likes a man in control.
And the other one is
Couple of kilos extra this trip, machete extra. 2024, we're coming for the kill.
In the middle of the Colombian jungle, about to find a natural pool over here. Looks unreal, and the water's going to be so cold and fresh. This is sick. Check this out. Wow. Good morning and welcome to the fantastic day at the start of day 2. We had spaghetti and tomato sauce for breakfast, which was pleasantly, it's a pleasant surprise. It was delightful actually. And we've got a long day of walking today, more than yesterday. All morning we're going to be walking in the mountains here, and then we've got 3 surprises in the afternoon. So an incredible archaeological site, the one I mentioned that was only discovered in the last 10 years, and 2 swimming spots that are going to be even better than yesterday as well. So super excited. We're going to get all the bags packed now and then be on the way. This is where we were staying last night. A little bunk bed situation. Look at the view from the room. And tonight we're going to be sleeping in hammocks, we think, which is always exciting.
Ay, mano, gracias.
We've got 8 kilometers to do this morning and then a further 6 after lunch. Plan for the day is get down to the lunch spot, which is going to be in a river apparently, VIP experience. And then we'll finish off the day in a village similar to that, a Kogi village. This is the first one we've seen so far. Okay, that's a lot of uphill. It's a lot of climbing, but we made it. A lot of walking. We are 2.5 hours in and we've got another 1.5 until lunch and the swimming spot. Beautiful scenery though throughout, and completely off the beaten track through all of that jungle and now out in this clearing. We made it down to the river with 1 hour to go until the restaurant in the river.
The best restaurant.
1 hour left, yeah? Till the best restaurant. Okay, now we have the most dangerous part of the day so far. You can't see, it's a 100-foot drop under here. Oh.
Bravo. Where?
Here.
Where?
Snake. See, it's gone.
Ah, yeah.
And breakfast was good. The food's been good, but such limited amounts of it. So I'm running on like 400 calories so far today. Very much looking forward to lunch. It's midday. This hike's been cool. Loads of different scenery all in one day. Now we're obviously completely enclosed and I'm at the front, so I'm getting spiders' webs all over me. But we're about half an hour out from this swimming spot. Let's go.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can or can't?
Can. Nice.
Bravo.
This is what you call a restaurant in the river.
Alright, welcome to the restaurant in the river. Yeah! The best restaurant.
No time to waste. Straight in the trunks. So we're gonna cool off and then get some food in. Okay, so we're done frolicking around in the restaurant in the river. My favorite moment so far, but it might be superseded now by my new favorite moment as we've made our way into the archaeological site, Bunkuany. All of these rocks in this building was built in 800 AD, which means it predates Machu Picchu by 650 years. And we're the only people here, as opposed to the main lost city in this area that has 150 people every single day. Look at this, look at the weather. Wow, we really are in the middle of the jungle here, and this city is just propped up against it all. So amazing that it was cleared, and tourists have only been able to come here for the last 6 years. Prior to that, it was only the Kogi that came here to celebrate the history of this place. So this city was built and active in around 800 AD. It was built by the Tairona people, who were such an advanced civilization, and the Kogi people are descendants of the Tairona, and so they've been aware of this place and used it as part of their settlements and their rituals to respect their history. And only in the last 6 years have tourists been able to come here. The place has been excavated a little bit more, and it's kept nice and tidy by the local Kogi people, and this is one of only 2 tour groups that actually operate in the area and take people here. As you can see, we're pretty isolated in the middle of the jungle. The Tairona were fierce people as well, and they fought the Spanish for almost 100 years before they eventually were defeated in the 1500s. In the late 1500s they were defeated, and the Kogi people we'll actually stay with tonight, which I'm super excited for, and they still live very similarly to how the Tairona people lived all those years ago. How cool was that lost city to be the only people there as well, the only tourists. Super special to be there before and if it gets more popular in the future. Just lost in the middle of the jungle. And now we are at the final stop of the day, the Piscina. And we are now 5 minutes away from the Kogi village where we're spending the night, which is also super exciting. So we're gonna stay here till sunset. We've got about 45 minutes till then. In this natural pool, get swimming again, and then head to the Kogi village where we'll spend the night living with them and sleeping with them. Then in the morning, tell you a bit more about their history and the way that they live. See! Good morning and welcome to the start of the 3rd and final day. I now find myself in a Kogi village. Things accelerated pretty quickly last night. After that last swimming spot, we stayed there till dark. Got dark and then we made our way over here, which is where we're going to be spending the final day. Pretty cool spot, and we're living and sleeping as the Kogi do, as I mentioned, in these straw huts, in hammocks last night. All of us together in hammocks, slept relatively well, feeling pretty rested after the last couple of days of walking. And I'm in this kind of courtyardy area. We've got it all to ourselves. We've got where we slept last night there, toilet 1, toilet 2, big communal area, and then the restaurant where we had dinner last night and where we're about to have breakfast. So I'm super excited to learn and to show you how the Kogi people live, because as I say, they are the direct descendants of the Taironas and they still uphold so many of the same values. So we spent the first half of the day learning as much about Kogi history as possible. Of course, thousands of years of history is far more than I can fit into this video, but here are some standout interesting facts about their culture. Every Kogi village has 4 leaders, 3 of which are known as mamus. They fix the people's problems, they're spiritual leaders, psychologists, advisors, and even legal judges. The 4th leader is the head of police and security that deals with internal and external threats. All of the descendants of the Taironas are understandably incredibly territorial, and so crossing paths with the indigenous people in the higher mountains of the Sierra Nevada, where they've never even seen a Spanish-speaking Colombian, would not end well for a tourist. What makes this village different is that they have a 5th member of leadership, referred to as the leader, who can speak Spanish, knows about external currencies, can read and write, and knows the value of goods with the outside world. There's no money in Kogi society, and hence your social status is determined exclusively by your profession and the power and wisdom that comes as a result of that. Fields, houses, livestock are all passed from mother to daughter and from father to son, otherwise known as bilateral inheritance, and all jobs are divided into jobs for men and jobs for women. Every Kogi wears a traditional bag at all times, for which the women pick and spin the wool and cotton to make, and the men also use these materials to make the clothes and continuously chew coca leaves, as they believe it connects them with Mother Earth. When 2 Kogi men meet, the customary greeting is the exchange of handfuls of these leaves. The Kogi wear only pure white clothing, as they say that the white represents the Great Mother and hence the purity of nature. They're some of the most respectful people on the planet when it comes to Mother Nature, and they don't consider their environment to belong to them, and hence must ask for permission from Mother Earth before using it, and do everything in their power to preserve the natural balance of their environment. The job you do as an adult is selected for you as a child and is often based on your preferences and temperament. Being one of the mamus is the highest position of power in the community, and this child is selected based entirely on their temperament. They're taken out into nature to see how they react, and if they're crying and complaining, they'll not be considered. However, if they're peaceful, thoughtful, and curious, then it indicates potentially a good temperament for a mamu. After our tour of the Kogi village, I was absolutely drained. After 3 days in a row on a 4,000 calorie deficit, we took the arduous trek back to civilization, rested up, and then all said our goodbyes. And the details for Danam Trekking's wonderful services are in the description of this video if you want to do it for yourself. Otherwise, thank you very much for joining me on this adventure, and I'll see you on the next one.
Oh, you want me to say that?
You have to.
Oh, I have to. Like and subscribe.
No, say it with conviction and look at
Please like and subscribe. Adam Radcliffe at YouTube.